We did it, Joe! We did it! Hey, what's up, guys? This is Dr. Z, that Tarot Teddy Bear. Hope this message finds you well. So, I was led to do a reading based upon the 2024 presidential election. I was just curious about if I could see who could potentially win the presidency of the United States. And I got some really interesting energy. I'll just say on the outset, I saw feminine energy coming through. So I thought to myself, could this be Nikki Haley? Is there something that I'm not necessarily aware of in terms of Kamala Harris, in terms of being president? And how that would work, I wasn't really sure. So I initially did a spread, and the first card that came up was Temperance and the Sun. And so I interpreted that to be that the president, or the person who would occupy the presidency, would be someone who could be a person who could work across party lines, someone who was very measured in terms of perhaps their policy or in terms of how they communicate their point of view, someone who could be very measured, negotiable, because temperance reflects an energy, especially when it comes to relationships, of compromise and being adaptable and meeting in the middle. It's a very critical, crucial, essential energy that one must adopt, especially when it comes to relationships. So I interpret that the presidency, or the person who will be the president, will be someone who can work across the aisle, someone who will be able to be measured in terms of their tone, how they communicate to people. And that didn't really seem to be Donald Trump to me. You know, he's not the type of person who is measured in any way. You know, he gives me excess, extra, big. And temperance is not that. And so, and then it was crossed with the sun. So I said, okay, there's going to be, this energy of optimism and hopefulness. It's just feel good energy as a result of whoever wins. They're bringing in temperance and they're bringing in the sun. Beautiful energy. And so then I decided, I said, well, let me look at Donald Trump specifically and see what's are in his cards. And it just doesn't look good for him. It just looks like he will be, experiencing a sense of disappointment, perhaps sorrow. He may feel betrayed in some type of way. But it's just because I saw this coming up in the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is never a particularly good situation. I don't particularly like it. Doesn't feel good. And so I can see how in this current situation where he is, in terms of with all these allegations and court cases, he feels like the man is sticking it to him, and it doesn't feel good. And this is just heartbreak, disappointment, and then the world is coming through. So I feel like I interpret this to be like maybe perhaps he feels like his world is falling apart, and this is the last card of the deck. I mean, typically, in this particular case, I'm interpreting this to be the jig is up, and it's going to be an end for him, That's how I interpret this. And this is going to be as a result of information coming out that will lead to this particular fate. Then I decided, okay, well, let me look at Joe Biden. And the first card come out is the King of Wands. And he looks like an elderly figure too. So I was like, oh, isn't that interesting? And so, but this King of Wands is surrounded by conflict and hassle. And so it seems difficult. But there's still this Ace of Pentacles that's coming through. So it's like the hand of God coming to give you some type of opportunity, some type of push, some type of win that feels, it feels like, okay, I'm winning something. It feels very much secure in some type of way. But at the same time, when I was reading it, it felt like, okay, he won, but did he win? Did he win, really? Then, when I looked at Kamala Harris, I see the Queen of Pentacles. A very steady figure, very nurturing figure, provides security. I think this would complement or reinforce the steady hand in terms of temperance. And then we see the Ace of Cups. Okay, so perhaps her heart is full. It's so full. And it's literally the hand of God coming to bring you blessing. And then it's reinforced with the Four of Wands. And when I saw this card, I heard, "We did it, Joe! We did it!" I heard that when I pulled this card. Because this is a card of celebration. This is a card of, usually when I see this card in relationships, it's about all of our hard work paying off. All of our hard work paying off. It's a celebration time. And so I heard that. We did it, Joe. We did it. So maybe Joe will win. But maybe the winner will be Kamala Harris. Interesting, because I'm seeing feminine energy here. And then I also, early on, I saw the moon. So I'm like, something is not as clear. Something is not as it appears to be. But the moon is also feminine energy. So I'm like, could this be? Could this be Kamala Harris? I'm not sure. But I just thought it was very interesting. And wanted to share it. Don't quote me on it, but it's worth to look out for. Yeah. Politics. You never know. It's always something. It's like chess. I also need to mention about Nikki Haley, right? So Nikki Haley, I'm seeing the Herman energy coming up for her. So I'm just wondering, okay? I know she's in the game now, but I'm not sure if she'll be in the game for, I'm not sure if she's going to stay in the game, okay? Because this Herman energy is giving me isolation, introspection, like, I gotta go away. So I'm just wondering if maybe she'll be defeated in some type of way, and then she's just going away, to do some work. But she's gonna be good, because I'm seeing the 10 of Cups here. So she's going to be good, even if she doesn't necessarily win the presidential election. So even though I was seeing this feminine energy, I was like, okay, we see Nikki Haley's feminine energy, then we see Kamala Harris' feminine energy. But if I had to choose, even though I know Kamala Harris is not running for the presidency and Nikki Haley is, I feel like Kamala Harris could potentially be the president, okay? Not sure how that will come about, based upon our politics, but anything is possible because she's in the line, But Nikki Haley, to me, in these cards, doesn't feel like, the Hermit doesn't feel like, I won the presidency. The Hermit feels like, I gotta go, deal with my shit, And then we see 10 of Cups, so it's like, okay, she's gonna be good. She's gonna be good. She just may not be the president. Okay, so just wanted to put my 2 cents in, and So if you ever want a reading from me, yours truly, Dr. Z, that Tarot Teddy Bear, make sure you go to drztarot.com and schedule a session. And I'm gonna slow it down. Make sure you go to drztarot.com to schedule a session. That's drztarot.com and schedule your session with me. Yours truly, that Tarot Teddy Bear. All right. As always, safe journey. Ciao.